Okay, good morning to everybody to our Back Row Moment Thursday 10 a.m. podcast. Glad you're here, and we're doing better than we did last week. We didn't have Randy. He had emergency medical treatment, was in the hospital.
Oh,
No, it was the dentist. It was a root
Yeah,
canal.
and Tim has rejoined us on the our Micro Moment trades now as a permanent cast member. And we should have Deshaun should be getting on here, and I'm not sure Tony's going to make it. And of course, we got Randy. So good. And got myself, of course. And I want everybody to notice I have on my Rolling Stones T-shirt. Let me put it down here. T-shirt.
there it is.
The date. See
That's a
that?
classic.
1975.
There you go. That's right. Yeah. So I'm with it today.
Joe, there's a whole lot of people that weren't even born by then.
I know it. I know it. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah, but none of us.
Yeah,
No,
see,
you're still around.
see Marcus, who has a band, and they play. They're quite active in this Dallas area and other places. And I'm sure I can't get close to him with this T-shirt on because he'll grab it. He'll rip it off my back, and he'll put it on and wear it at one of his performances. So anyhow, what we're going to talk about today, partially, and Randy's going to have some good ideas on this. I mentioned last podcast last week. We've kind of changed the podcast up. We're going to have, when I write editorials and send them out each weekend, then the next podcast we're going to have to discuss what was in that editorial and get everybody's opinions and thoughts. Also, your opinions and thoughts, because you can sign into this. And let me get over the comments. If you have any comments or anything, go ahead and type them in, and we'll read them and address them. And there's Micah. There he is. Micah had a tearful, thing this morning, having to tell everybody he wasn't going to be on the podcast anymore.
Not a single tear. No, not a single tear. I'm proud of that.
But everything went well, and so we're glad to have him here this morning. And he can be here anytime he wants to be here. So he's taking over. He'll no longer be on the Micro Moment seminars in the morning, but he is taking over the publicity and such marketing for the Micro Moment company. And he's got his web pages and everything else. And Micah, Randy was telling me that he's going to be sending you all that stuff for the October 10th seminar that you.
Yeah, I believe he already did.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good.
I saw a couple emails from him.
Good deal. Okay. So what we're going to talk about, we're not going to do it in detail because I couldn't get all the information that we needed, but we're going to do it next Thursday's podcast. But I had publicized it as people that love dividend paying stocks. And I didn't realize we had so many people who love dividend paying stocks. And of course, you keep them forever, and they're normally, somewhat expensive, but and you collect those dividends. And we have people, I found out since last week, we've got numerous people in our own little Micro Moment stuff here that have dividend paying stocks. And we've always had this technique that we really never really publicized it, but Randy's sort of been teaching it, but not specifically as that, but it really works the same way. And what we're doing is you got your dividend stocks, and you collect your dividends quarterly or however often they pay. And usually there's just somewhere between 1.5%, maybe 3.5% a year. And so we have a technique using part of Randy's traditional covered call technique, where you can sell an out of the money call on that stock at least once a month, at least, and probably end up making 3 to 4 to 5 to 10 times than what you normally get with just a dividend, with no risk of losing the stock whatsoever. And also, we've come up with information, automated information that helps you do this. We're going to be putting that out to our folks that subscribe to Randy's services. And we're also going to, we've got some worksheets here that are really great. And just some of the stuff I didn't get collected. But we also have sources, if you don't have any dividend paying stocks, of what they call the dividend paying stock aristocrats, the ones that have been around forever and ever and ever and consistently. For instance, one of them here, let's just take Walmart. Walmart has been paying dividends for 47 years. 47 years, and the dividend rate is 1.54% dividend annual. Okay, and all this kind of information. And lots of other stocks that pay more, but we're going to have all that information for people that can really help them facilitate getting into this. Randy, why don't you say a few words on that?
Sure. Yes. As Joe said, you can own stock, never have to sell it, collect those dividends, and sell out of the money calls. And most of those companies have weekly options, not just the monthly options. They have weekly options. So you can actually generate income every single week without the risk of selling your stock. Because if the stock happens to shoot up, we have a defensive. There's Tim. He's got the aristocrats probably up there. If the stock happens to shoot up, we have a defensive technique that will keep you from getting called out. So I think we're going to put together a little workshop, Joe, and be able to teach all of these techniques of specifically for dividend paying stocks. You know, you just mentioned Walmart, and I'm just looking up for Walmart, and an option could be sold for next week's expiration. Walmart's trading at 42.5 right now, 142.5, and you could sell the 150 call for 34 cents a share. Now, 34 cents a share, if you multiply that times 52, that's another $17.68 a share of income, in addition to that 1.5% dividend. So you're looking at more than 10%, 11, 12, almost 13% return just on the calls, in addition to being able to generate income on the dividends itself. And I also looked up, like JP Morgan trades ex-dividend next week. And for those that own dividend stocks, you know what that means. That means that when you own this stock, then you're going to earn the dividend next week. That dividend will be 90 cents a share. So JP Morgan pays 90 cents a share every quarter. But in addition to that, and JP Morgan's trading around 97, I think. Let me check what it is right now. 96.55. So the out of the money call, I just selected the 102, and we have a whole process of how to select the strikes using all of the charting processes, but selling the 102 call is another 25 cents. So every week you could generate about 25 cents a share on that stock, still get the 90 cents a share of the dividend every quarter, but now you're talking about $1 every month times 3 is $3 every quarter on the call and 90 cents on the dividend. So you're going to make 3 or 4 times as much each week selling those calls than you will on the dividend, and not having to sell that stock. So you're still going to participate in any increase in value in the stock as it goes up and down as well.
Yeah, and look at this, Randy. KO, which is Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Coke, good one.
They've been paying quarterly dividend growth over 58 years. Their dividend yield right now is quite a bit higher than Walmart's, 3.32%. And their dividend, the quarterly dividend, is paid today. Okay. Now, looking at this information we have, you could have gone back there and you see how much they're going to be paying, the declaration date and the ex-dividend date. So you would have had all this information. Obviously, you wouldn't do anything on today, but we're also going to incorporate our proprietary charting to where when you're selling these on the peak, because you want the thing to go down, you're going to make a lot of money in these strikes. And if you get called out, hey, you're making a lot of money. You can go back and buy the stock the next day, and you're going to be ahead. But it's just going to be a fantastic thing for the people that want. Now, like for instance, Coke sells for $49.16 at the moment. So it's not a really expensive stock. So it could be good for all of our micro moment people and Randy's other techniques to build a portfolio of some good dividend paying stocks, because you're just going to get incredible returns on some of the highest stuff. And we'll be putting out those what they call the aristocrats of the dividend paying stocks. And so it's going to be a lot of information that someone can use. And it's going to be it's not going to be a long seminar or anything. We're more of a workshop, and it's going to be really important. And we're going to have more details on that next podcast. So
yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is one that I have in my portfolio, and in the covered call coaching service, we've been doing that one. We sell calls against Coca-Cola every single week, and I'm getting the 41 cents a share cash in my account today.
There you go.
And Coke is a great long-term. Warren Buffett owns a good portion of Coke, so
Yeah.
if Warren Buffett owns it, then it's got to be good, right?
Yeah. Well, now on that, when you retired and came to work for Compound Stock Earnings a long time ago, what, 15, 16 years, a long time ago, and you left your company. Now you still have all that stock. I'm not going to name the company, but do they pay dividends?
Yeah. Yep. They're about 3%.
So you've been doing that all these years, probably on that stock, right?
Yep.
You probably don't have any money in that stock anymore.
Well, and that's the one thing about how the IRS and your broker, treats the call profits.
Yeah.
They just treat it as reducing the cost of your stock basis. So if you never sell the stock, in essence, you never pay tax on those.
Well, okay. Now let me clarify this. Now we know that when you sell calls, they don't tax that. Right. But it comes off what you pay. This is a simple case. You paid $50 for the stock, and you start selling calls. Pretty soon, you got it down to where you only have debt in there, maybe $10 or something. Then you sell the stock. They're going to go back and pick up that other $30 or $40 that you received dividends. And that's when you're going to pay it. But now, what if you're doing that? Yeah, what if you're doing that with a 401k or an IRA?
Yeah, there's no tax.
So this is going to offer someone the opportunity to get all those monthly returns, get all those dividends, and forever, and not worry about when you sell the stock paying any taxes on it. What better deal is that?
Great for retirement.
Of course, you got a Rolling Stone T-shirt, but
especially for someone that's younger that wants to build up their portfolio of good, solid, quality companies that probably are going to go out of business. I mean, that's the great thing about those dividend aristocrats is they're probably not going to go out of business no matter what the stock market does. So,
and jillions of people got dividend, and they keep them forever. Like when we talked about this on Micro Moment, Mike was there yesterday. Remember the gentleman? I can't think of his name now, but he said, "Oh, he's got that stock that's down to zero, and he's been selling his dividend paying stock. I forgot what it was, but
Baxter.
What was it? Baxter.
Baxter.
Okay, Baxter, and he's down to zero. He has no cost in it now. I don't think he had it in a tax deferred account. So if he gets rid of it, he may have to pay taxes on, what he makes on the stock. But if he keep it forever, he's not going to pay taxes on that income from it. So now he would pay taxes on dividends, I guess so, right?
Yeah, dividends are separate. Yep. They're taxed differently.
But if you got it in the tax-free account, you're not paying anything on the dividend or any of these ramifications. Yeah. So Raquel, what are you going to say?
Dividends are not. Are those classified as a short-term gain?
Dividends are totally. They have their own class.
Oh, their own tax class.
As far as taxes go, and that changes all the time on how they're taxed. But they're sometimes have preferential tax treatment where you get lower tax on dividends.
Yeah, it has.
And sometimes not.
Its own IRS form.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a tax attorney. I don't give tax advice, but you check with your IRS forms and stuff. But dividends are a separate class when it comes to taxation.
Yeah. Okay. And like I mentioned earlier, unless you just called in, Tim's with us now, and he's back, and he's been gone for a few months, and Tim's leaving to go take care of all the growing important stuff we do on marketing, and you can always come back here, Micah.
Yeah, absolutely, I will.
And
when Micah leaves, the average age of this podcast just goes up dramatically.
Oh yeah, it goes up to like over 21.
At least.
You need to have Micah show up just to kind of bring that average down.
Well, yeah, and when we hadn't had any lately, except the very first Micro Moment seminar where we had it in person, but that was for all this virus stuff. And but we still couldn't drink anything because we had him there. He was attending that, so they couldn't serve liquor.
How about this? I'll just sit like this.
Yeah, there you go.
And then we'll take a picture, and then we'll just leave that picture, and I'm just the
leave the picture
That's
up.
right. That's right. Yeah.
We'll just clear it there.
Run a loop. Marcus can get a loop, and he'll just run a loop for you.
There you go.
And then, or I could sit like this, and he could have voice lines for me that he just plays.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
y'all read those things. I got all these sunglasses. And I can't see my screen. Y'all read some of those. See what people got asking there. Can y'all see?
So we got Joseph saying good morning. Morning to you, Joseph. Al saying, hey, there's Tim. Happy to see that guy still connected. Yep, still am. Al's asking, how's the beach? Looking out the window, it looks great.
Or are you at the new place?
We are heading down right after this call.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you're keeping your current place as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Well, they're both up. They can both be rented.
There you go.
I got you. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. And there we go. And I believe is it Mike Evans?
Marion, that's Marion.
That's
Mary. Marion's. I'm sorry. Marion says, yes, Micah, please stay on the podcast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's actually Marion, and Marion has been with us for ever so long, and she's really, really cool person. And she's gone to virtually every cruise we've done. She's gone to every place we do seminars. Used to up in Chicago and LA, which we'll do again, but they have to come back before we can do it. So Marion's been with us a long time, and she's kind of cute, So sort of like Randy, cute,
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Oh, there's
Marion has better
a
hair.
difference between Marion and myself.
She has way better hair. I'm sorry.
That's right. Well, now Marion though does have a reputation now, and she told this, not me, so I'm not divulging anything. But Marion's a nude trader.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. She trades in the nude. It's just like Tony and his glasses now.
Oh yeah, he got special glasses today. I heard about those. I don't know if they're the gaming glasses, but they block the screen
Yeah.
light.
blue light.
Yeah, to stop his headaches. He said that he actually already noticed a difference. So
That's why I've got on these Ray-Bans. I wanted to be. Didn't want to upstage me there.
gotta protect yourself. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't see anything. So it'd help if I cut up the what do you call it? Now I can see better. So
I do like the hat. What's the hat from?
that is a Razorback hog.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
There you go.
the hat's not as old as the T-shirt. So
Al has a question here.
okay.
I could put that up. Marcus. He says, Micah, did I miss something? It sounded like you're going on a sabbatical. Yeah, no, I'm going to just be on the marketing side of Micro Moment. So I'll be handling all the stuff I already do with the social media, making all the snapshot videos, and I'll be, teaching in my own way through that. We do have a lot of different structures to try to, bring those lessons out of that live webinar. We have to be focused on trading. And I mean, even the people that attend don't always catch the lessons because they could be in the middle of a trade or watching something set up. Or, I mean, when it gets really hectic, sometimes we talk over each other. Oh, hey, Deshaun. How's it going, man? So it's good to have, moments of silence kind of to pull out, and we call those snapshots. Snapshots are available on Facebook, and LinkedIn has all of them. And then we post some of them on Twitter or Instagram as well, depending on what the easiest platform is for you to watch those on. So
Yeah. And was that coming from Al?
Yeah.
Okay. And Al, he finally got smart. Because he was so young when he came with us, we were taking advantage of it, because he didn't know any better. And finally, he added a few more years, and now he claims he doesn't have to work that much.
No, I'll still be working plenty for sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
in a different
Yeah. Now instead of working till 9 p.m. every night, he can knock off at 6.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So Deshaun, how are you today?
Oh, wonderful.
You had some great trades today. We had a good day today, and 20 some odd percent.
Yeah.
And we're up, almost 60% for the week so far. And so we'll probably hit 80, maybe 100%. Deshaun has, for folks here that attending this sort of brand new, a lot of times we'll hang around after the first session ends, which officially ends at 8:30 a.m. Central Time, 9:30 a.m. Central Time, starts at 8:30 a.m. Central Time when the market opens. And he's been having some great sessions, picking up 3-4 new trades each day for some great returns. So you've been doing a good job on that, Sean.
Yeah, thank you. I did have a rough last 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was mentally not steady, but you snapped me right back, told me to stop being so childish. I took a couple of days off and got my foundation back. Just actually, Tim said it earlier today. It's like I find I'm doing real good, and then I'm like, oh, I found a new pattern, and I'll go crazy, and I'll take some time off and come back and just get back to the basics, and then I'm like, Deshaun, why do you ever leave? But I always want more is the problem. I'm like, oh, I can find another way to do even more trades. And I'm like,
but the last several days, you've had 2 or 3 days.
I'm back this week. It was like last week and the week before that. Like you tell the clients could tell I was like depressed. I was almost about to. I had like a noose tied on my ceiling fan, and I was about to go, but I came back. So
when Deshaun and I first started talking about him joining and doing this, he'd been doing it, and he gets so emotional. He gets so emotional. It was just like dealing with with Michael when he was younger. I mean, it was just absolutely.
I'm still that way, full on.
Oh well. Anyhow, glad you're here. And yesterday, Tim, he said Deshaun said some despairing things about you, and he didn't even know you were coming back today. It was a surprise for him. And so I thought, boy, how's this going to go? Man, so I didn't say anything to him. I didn't say anything to you.
Imagine Deshaun saying anything bad about anyone ever.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Don't see that.
Yeah, well.
You have a snot nose, Tim. Okay.
I don't like your elbows.
Yeah.
He's also a hard person to insult. He's pretty easy to like. So.
And Mike said one big problem not a problem. He handled it well. Was a huge time difference because he's in Seattle, so he's having to get up probably at midnight Seattle time to be our 8:30 morning session. So. Yeah,
5:30, which isn't. I mean, baristas wake up before I do, so it's not not the end of the world.
Yeah, thank goodness.
And then we've got Tim over there on the East Coast. He's already into his 3rd or 4th drink by the time we start. So
absolutely,
that's right.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I did some trades yesterday, not on the webinar, so I didn't report them or anything. But I was just curious if anybody else catch that because SPY just tanked, and I happened to be standing right there, and I did like a 65 center, 67 center, and like I think the last one was a 40. No, maybe it was 20 cents. But yeah, two 60 centers like quickly too. It's a. I was like, oh crap, let me get some of that. Did anyone else get some of that?
Was that end of day?
No, it was like one. It was around like 1:30, or so my Central Time. So that's
2:30 my time. I didn't see it myself.
Crazy.
I can see through my sunglasses here. Brad,
Would you go into a concert? You going to what is it? ACL or what, Joe?
No, but Brad made 19% today on a micro moment. This works.
Nice.
That's a killer day.
Yeah. I didn't say this at the first, but all the people that listen need to go to our website, micromomenttrading.com. And on there's the Cow Report, which comes out every Friday. It's been published for over 20 years. And you see everything that we're doing, all of the various courses we offer, the seminars we offer, everything, and what they cost or don't cost. And you get it every Friday, and it's free, no cost. And so just subscribe to it on our website, Micromoment, www.micromoment.com, micromomenttrading.com. So got that up. Got some more people here. Get my glasses down here. Look. Al said, Micah, did I miss something? Yep. No, we talked about it since you got on there. now Marion says she's blushing because of those comments I made. That's how, maybe that's how she is. And Bob says, good to see Tim. And who's this one down at the very bottom? Somebody read that one.
Sure.
I'll take it. I think it's Noah. Maybe it's Noah. Deshaun, you use both E-Trade and Thinkorswim. Which platform do you prefer for better feels for the micro moment trades? I guess that kind of depends on what you mean by better feels. I use E-Trade Pro, and E-Trade Pro seems to feel me. I guess they both feel pretty much the same, to be honest. I have found sometimes on Thinkorswim, I'll look at my fill and I was like, that was a terrible fill, but only like 1 out of like 90 times. So I haven't really seen much of a difference, to be honest.
Okay, and Marcus, yeah, that one. Go ahead, Randy. That's for you, I think.
Yeah, it says, hi, Randy. Will you touch on management techniques next week for selling calls against these legacy stocks? Thanks, Johnny. I think Johnny's referring to the cover call coaching webinar that I do every Wednesday. And so, Johnny, just either be on the webinar and type in the stock symbol and we'll go through it, or send in an email ahead of time and I'll go through that and you can watch it on the archive. So, but certainly, whatever that you got, I'll go through the charts and analyze it for you and let you see what you can possibly do.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody that owns a stock that's not selling calls against it, you're just leaving all kinds of money on the table. It's just you just learn how to do it, and you're just generating income week after week after week.
And I think over all these years, we've never, literally years and years and years, we've never, over 20 years, we've never said anything about these dividend paying stocks. Because we had so many other things to do, and now it just dawned on me out of nowhere, that a lot of people have these, and have them forever, and
Yeah.
a lot of money on the table. Yeah. Mike, what I think y'all do is anytime you can, every Wednesday, come back, because you can bring stuff to the podcast here about what's going on in that marketing and all that stuff that you're doing, because things change every day. You have new addresses to send stuff to, new things going on. Mm-hmm. So anytime you make a little presentation on that, that'll be good.
I'll be on more often than not. Wednesday on the webinar or on this?
No, Thursday. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can come and announce things on the webinar too. So I'll
be back on quite often, keeping everybody updated with. I really, social media has a tendency to be a little bit ad spamming, right? It's just, just stuff about ads. And I think the point of social media, if we apply it to why we use it, right? Why each of us has an account is not for that purpose. It's to understand more about the story, understand more about what's really going on. Now we live in a time where everyone puts their best foot forward, and we have a little bit of fallacy built into that on a personal level. But I think if my goal for it is to really communicate the story of what we're doing and give more information to the people that are already with us. Not just an outreach ad program. I want it to be valuable for everybody that already subscribes, because they deserve every benefit possible to them. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on for sure.
Okay. So Tim, you're awful quiet over there. You working on something? You done any deals while we were on here?
Just looking at things.
Yeah.
Just looking at.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. It's not sure though.
Yeah. I may leave it be. Had some good trades this morning, so no need to.
Yeah. We had 7, 5, 6. We had 8 trades for 20.5017%. That was just in that hour. So they're good, and we had a good spread. We had Qs, we had SPYs, Deshaun's SPYs. We had some Microsoft. You were doing the Microsoft. Who was doing the Microsoft?
Oh, those are me.
Tim. Okay. Yes, we had Qs and Microsofts and SPYs. Good representation. And there's so many stocks. And when you attend these seminars, particularly these micro moment seminars, these guys are sitting there and they're doing this for money. And they're saying, I'm prepping this. I'm prepping QQQ. Tony, he's not here right now. I'm prepping QQQ. He says, I'm prepping the such strike. And now he's waiting to go into that. And then he'll say, I just entered that for $1.98 or whatever. And then he'll say, hopefully within 15, 20 seconds, because these trades only usually last, 15 to maybe 30 seconds long. He'll say, I'm getting out for such and such. So you've got time. And he's not telling you to do these trades. What he's seeing is, because you're sitting there looking at a proprietary chart and you're learning how you get into these things. You learn what basis does he enter these fantastic trades on. And we get all these fantastic percentages. And then we're always back to cash, on any trade within seconds. And we're never in a position overnight or over a weekend or anything like that. And we don't care if the market opens down or up. We have the strangest conversations because, Michael was saying on something this morning, some trade. Well, we did. We made 20%. 20% today, over 20%. And Michael's saying, well, it's kind of slow. When in reality, we were doing a lot of trades on days when the market's just going crazy up. We'll sit there, we'll say, and Michael say, boy, the market's just going wild. We won't even have a trade on the book. So we seem to have the best trades when things are down. So
yeah. Put days are ideal.
Yeah. We love those puts.
Okay. And Deshaun, every now and then says something, and he'll say a trade. I feel like we kind of shuffle him around to where nobody kind of hears him, because he doesn't speak very loud. And
y'all just start yelling.
Yeah. Oh, and Randy's got his baseball tournament coming up in Phoenix. Is it, what do you call it?
It's called the MSBL World Series, Men's Senior Baseball League World Series. So
there you go.
There's about 3,500 players that come in all the different age groups and play over a 4-week period. So.
Oh, how nice! Where's that, Randy?
It's in Phoenix. We play on all the spring training fields. So okay. It's really nice baseball playing.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Marks, would you put
the weather's cooling down a little bit there now?
Yeah, it'll be in the 80s probably, but it'll be nice.
Yeah. Why don't you take that with Deshaun that just popped up there? Jag.
To me, I've been selling calls. I've been selling calls against Apple and Tesla for a while now, but when Tesla shoots up sometimes, I would like to learn a better technique on how to handle this. Thanks, Johnny.
Absolutely. That's what Randy did.
And it will do that.
So we have a technique to take care of that. And so we're going to put together a little workshop that will focus just on those items. And it will be good for you to be able to learn, and it's not real difficult. So,
yeah. Tesla doesn't care much about the rules in the first place. So it makes sense that there would be some alternate strategies needing employed over there.
Okay, leave this Melissa up. Melissa says, Pete and I truly enjoy our trading life together. For years, he has traveled 220 days a year. During COVID, 198 days home, we've discovered we really do like each other, and we like being together. And I think he's cute. I'm just adding on that. She didn't say all of that stuff. Yeah, a great couple's business. Thank you, Melissa.
That's awesome. Good for you.
That is awesome.
I'm sure you didn't mind me adding that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, Pete and Melissa do a lot of covered calls.
Yep. And do y'all see anybody I'm missing over there? Brad, who made 19% today. That's good.
Yep. I think you got them all.
Okay. Well, unless you guys got something extra we need to talk about.
You want to head to your concert, to your festival, or?
No, I'm not. No, this is just figured.
Shirt, Joe. If you ever don't want that shirt, let me know first before you donate it.
Okay. Well, hey, I've got them older than this. Not much older, but
Joe, that shirt is older than Micah.
It is older than he couldn't wear it. He could take a picture of it, and but he couldn't.
Half my clothes are older than me. I like
you.
It.
Joe, you should check out eBay and see how much those sell for.
No,
Probably a good penny.
Bundle it with your book.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
Yeah, it's so funny. The book, which you can go to Amazon, and Covered Calls and Leaps of Wealth Options, one book, and the other is a charting book. And they've been on Amazon for a long time at like $50, $70, something like that. And Covered Calls and Leaps of Wealth Options originally was supposed to sell for about 125 or 30, and they've always had on there for less than 100. But now not only does Amazon, but all those resellers, they've increased the price to $888 for the charting book, and anywhere from $600 to $800 for the Covered Calls and Leaps. Just have no reason. I don't know anything about that business. I don't know how it works. But not only that, all those resellers, and they've got the same prices. Even the bookstore in the county of LA, whatever that county's name is, LA County, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense at all. And on the used books, these people really look at it. They'll say, okay, down on page 13, there's a, this one has a notation. Somebody, it's just insane. So, who knows? But you're right. This T-shirt, yeah. I think I've got a picture of me in this T-shirt in 1970, whenever it was. So
75, yeah.
Yeah, looked like Brad Pitt. So. Okay, we're going to end this. We're over almost close to our 40 minutes. So appreciate everybody being here. Tune in again next Thursday and come and sign up and look at everything Randy's doing and keep in touch here with Micah. Micah will be one of his main sources to keep his live information out there, and that'll be good. And Deshaun will actually say something every now and then. And Tim, so okay, we'll see all y'all. Thank you very much for being here.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye, everybody.